Hello everyone and welcome to a quick video. So I've got a question or two that I want to ask here, and YouTube is sadly the best place to do it since I only have 30 Twitter followers. Alright, so I have been working on the projectiles for the Chaos Sword. I don't know if I mentioned that, but for a long time I've wanted them to be able to fire a projectile. And still working on the particle effects and stuff like that, but we can just do that. And they bounce up to 4 times. If they bounce a 5th time, they will explode, or if they exist for, I think I've currently got it set to 120 ticks, so about 6 seconds they will explode. Maybe explode is not quite the right word. They don't actually do explosion damage at this point. That might be a good option. But my main question here is, should they have gravity or not? So currently I've got gravity enabled, and if they go up to the sky, they'll fall back down. And I think it's like really cool having the gravity on. But it also means that the range of this is a bit more limited. Let's see if I can get it in there. I don't know if I can get it into the hallway from here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so really quickly, let me disable gravity. I can do that while the game is running. Okay, so gravity disabled now. So pretty much what you would expect, there's no gravity, it'll just keep going in whatever direction it's going until it hits something. And this would probably make it more useful as a ranged weapon, because then you could hit targets that are much further away than you would be able to otherwise. And they do lose a lot of speed over time. I don't know why that is exactly. I think it's just rounding errors. I'm not actually telling them to reduce their speeds, except when they bounce off of things, but they do it anyway. I guess it's just rounding errors. And the particle effects for them are a bit glitchy. You can see they kind of creates particles off to the side where you wouldn't think it would be. They're a little bit hard to see at times. So again, my question is, should the default be to have gravity or to not have gravity? I'm thinking I'm going to add some kind of upgrade that will let you switch between the two. That just seems like a good ideal. I like both. They both have their strong points, but it's like I don't know which one to choose. Okay, so you may have noticed that projectile was yellow, and that's because the outer edge of the sword is yellow. The outer edge of the sword is actually what determines the color of the projectile. So now I've swapped it out for ruby, so it's going to be a red projectile. And you can switch it out for anything, even flint, if you want to, and that'll make you kind of a gray projectile. Alright, my frame rate's actually a little bit choppy. It may just be because of all these particles. This is something else I've been working on, the Chaos Pylon particles. Previously, they just made like a line of critical hit particles. Well, it was the same texture as the critical hit, but it behaved a bit differently. Now they actually spawn a particle that goes towards the altar, and that particle spawns particles off of it, and the child particles are the same as for the Chaos Orb here. Which is kind of funny, because these don't seem to have that glitchiness where they run off to the side. I'm not sure why that is exactly. Very strange. But I do remember having an issue kind of similar to this, but it was with the projectile itself in the first mod that I made, where it would actually appear to be in a different spot at first, and then it would snap back into its correct position. It was so weird looking. It worked. It wasn't actually where it appeared to be. It was just weird. These projectiles don't seem to glitch out too much. They do kind of act funny every once in a while. And yeah, sometimes they'll go into the ground. I'm not quite sure why that is. I think it happens when there are two quick collisions. It especially happens if you send it into tall grass or some other block that doesn't have a hitbox. So yeah, that's a little bit weird. I'll try to fix that. Don't know if I can. Oh, and you may be wondering what this thing is. This is a broken tool. So now when you break your tools, it will actually give you this broken tool item. And then this, you can just craft with a repair material and it'll get the tool back with all of its data, any enchantments it had, any decorations it had, and so on. And really quickly here, let me just show. Here's what quite a few different broken tools look like. So we got a sword, it's just the hilt, just removes the blade. Pickaxe is just a rod. Shovel, just a rod. Axe, just a rod. The bow is the main body of the bow. Let's see, I think this... Yeah, that's a hoe. And that's a sickle. So this is a nice little feature, and it wasn't that hard to do. It took me maybe an hour. I don't think I've ever really broken many tools by accident, but, I mean, accidents do happen. Okay, well, going back to this projectile, I think its behavior is good enough to be released. I just need to fix the charging up particles. Those are just temporary. Oh, and this pylon without an altar, it's kind of weird. It was unintentional how it spawned the blue particles off the red particles, but it actually looks kind of cool. I may keep it. There is one bug with this at the moment that's pretty bad, and I think I actually know a fix for it. So let's charge up. Just keep holding block though. Aim at a block. And just hold left click and it spams projectiles like crazy. Oh, it's so much fun. Oh my goodness. That is not good. Let me change those out for a different color really quickly. Oh my. That is terrible. Yeah, but I've got an idea of how to fix this. Just need to try it out. Let's actually do it in here. All the sound effects. Oh, I need to do a particle effect when they hit blocks as well. Yeah, I've maybe spent like half an hour or more just doing stuff like this. It's just way too much fun. Maybe I'm just easily amused. So many particle effects. Oh, and I am actually checking the particle settings for some of these effects. So, for example, the trails on the particles from the pylons will not show up if you have particles set to minimal or decreased. So set it to decreased, and it'll just spawn the main particle. Set it to minimal, and it won't spawn any particles at all. Just like that. I can't resist. Okay, particles back on. Oh, and yeah, these projectiles are also respecting that setting. I can't remember which way they go. Is it decreased? It looks like they don't even spawn the particles on decreased. Has to be on all. Oh my. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good overall. Okay, again, let me know your opinion on whether gravity should be on or off by default, and any other suggestions you may have, and thanks for watching.